Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time watching, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell because today we're going to discuss something absolutely mind-blowing. Seriously guys, after watching this video, you'll see Jimin in a completely different way. We're going to reveal a secret that even leaves professional dance instructors shocked and speechless. So make sure you watch until the end because this information is truly next level and you won't find it on any other channel. Okay, so the story starts with a famous dance instructor from Seoul who's been teaching dance for over 20 years. Let that sink in, guys. 20 years. He's trained hundreds of idols, from the first generation of K-pop to the fourth generation now. From rookie groups you don't know to your favorite groups that dominate charts. And you know what he said about Jimin from BTS? Hold your breath, because this statement is crazy. He said, in his 20 years of teaching thousands of dancers, Jimin is the only dancer who successfully combines techniques that are theoretically impossible to combine. Wait, hold up. Did he just say impossible? Guys, this isn't the usual hype we often hear from fans. This is a statement from a professional who has literally seen, taught, and analyzed thousands of dancers from various backgrounds. When a professional with that much experience says something is impossible, but Jimin somehow does it, that's when you know we're talking about something truly extraordinary. So, what does he mean by techniques that are impossible to combine? And most importantly, why can Jimin do it while thousands of other professional dancers can't? Buckle up, because we're going to dive deep into this mystery. Before we get into Jimin specifically, we need to understand the basic concept of dance genres and techniques first. Trust me, this is really important to appreciate how impossible what Jimin does is. In the dance world, every genre has different fundamental principles, and guys, it's not just slightly different, but sometimes the principles are literally contradictory to each other. Let me give you examples that will blow your mind. Contemporary dance, which is Jimin's foundation, focuses on fluidity, softness, and emotional expression. Imagine flowing water, imagine blowing wind. That's contemporary. The movements are flowing, seamless, full of grace and beauty. The body must be relaxed yet controlled at the same time. Movements should look natural and effortless, like water flowing in a river. There's emphasis on breath control, on emotional connectivity, on telling stories through subtle movements. Every gesture has meaning, every transition is smooth as silk. Now, hold that image in your head, and let's switch gears completely. Let's talk about hip-hop or popping. This genre is the polar opposite of contemporary. Hip-hop focuses on sharpness, power, attitude, and precision. The movements are sharp as a knife, explosive as dynamite, and deliberate with full intention. The body must be tense at certain moments to create that sharp, hitting effect that makes the audience go wow. There's swagger, there's confidence, there's street authenticity. Everything is about making statements, about power, about showing skills. See the massive difference? One genre literally asks you to be water, soft and flowing. One genre asks you to be thunder, sharp and powerful. Technically, the muscle engagement is completely opposite. Philosophically, the approach is fundamentally different. It's like trying to be yin and yang at the same time, which according to physics and anatomy, shouldn't be possible. Professional dancers spend years mastering one style because their body muscle memory develops specifically for that style. Contemporary dancers often struggle with sharp movements because their bodies are trained to be fluid. Hip-hop dancers often struggle with fluidity because their bodies are trained to be powerful and sharp. But here's where it gets insane, guys. Jimin doesn't just do both styles separately. Literally anyone can learn two styles and perform them separately in different songs. That's not special. What Jimin does is he combines them in the same performance, sometimes in the same 8 count, sometimes even simultaneously. Let me repeat that, simultaneously. Different body parts doing completely opposite techniques at the same time. Dance instructors who first analyzed Jimin's performances were literally confused. Multiple professionals have admitted in interviews that the first time they watched Jimin perform, they had to rewind and watch again because their brains couldn't process what they just saw. They're thinking, wait, how is he switching between soft and sharp so seamlessly? How is his upper body doing contemporary fluid movements while his lower body is executing sharp hip-hop footwork at the same time? Anatomically, neurologically, logically, this shouldn't work. Let me explain why this is so difficult with an analogy that hopefully makes sense. Imagine you're asked to write with your right hand and left hand simultaneously, but your right hand writes in English and your left hand writes in Korean, and both writings have to be perfectly legible and meaningful. Your brain would literally short-circuit, right? That's basically what Jimin's doing with his body. Different body parts executing completely different movement vocabularies that require completely different muscle engagements, neural patterns, and technical approaches, all while maintaining perfect control, musicality, and artistic intention. Insane. What makes professional dance instructors even more shocked isn't just the technical execution, but how good it looks. Because theoretically, someone might try to force these combinations, but the result would look awkward, disconnected, or messy. But when Jimin does it, it looks natural. It looks intentional. It looks beautiful. The transitions are seamless. The combinations make artistic sense. Everything flows together in ways that shouldn't be possible, but somehow are. Let me give you a specific example that was analyzed extensively by dance professionals. Black Swan performance. Guys, if you haven't watched Jimin's Black Swan performance with focus on technique, go watch it after this video. In that performance, there's a section, and multiple dance analysts have pointed this out, where Jimin is doing contemporary dance vocabulary. You can see the extended lines, soft port de bras from ballet training, emotional expression from contemporary style, but at the same time he's incorporating body waves and isolations from hip-hop and walking. Now, for those who don't understand dance terminology, let me break this down. Ballet requires extreme core rigidity to maintain perfect posture and those beautiful lines. Your entire core must be engaged, lifted, controlled. Meanwhile, body waves and isolations require you to relax certain body parts while isolating others. You need selective muscle relaxation and contraction. These are contradictory muscle engagement patterns. According to anatomical mechanics, asking someone to do both simultaneously is like asking someone to flex and relax the same muscle at the same time. IT doesn't work. But somehow, Jimin executes it flawlessly. His core is engaged maintaining that lifted ballet posture, but simultaneously his thoracic spine is creating waves. His shoulders are isolating. Professional dancers who tried to replicate this admitted it took them weeks of practice to even begin to understand how to approach it. And most still can't do it as cleanly as Jimin does it effortlessly in live performance under pressure with perfect musicality. Okay guys, before we continue, quick pause. If you're enjoying this deep technical analysis, please smash that like button right now. It helps us create more content like this. And drop in the comments if you've noticed these impossible combinations in Jimin's performances. Okay, let's continue with more mind-blowing information. Let's talk about another impossible combination that Jimin does regularly, ballet technique with popping. Guys, professionals have called this combination perhaps the most contradictory in all of dance. Ballet is probably the most rigid, structured, classical dance form that exists in human history. Everything about ballet is about perfect lines, turned-out legs at specific angles, pointed toes, elongated neck, lifted chest, precise arm positions. Every millimeter matters. Every aspect of posture is controlled, deliberate, and precise. Ballet dancers spend decades perfecting these positions. Meanwhile, popping is all about quick muscle contractions and relaxations, hitting, waving, dimpling, tuteing. It's street dance with a completely different aesthetic, completely different muscle usage, completely different philosophy. The muscle engagement is radically different. Ballet dancers train to maintain constant tension in specific muscle groups to achieve those perfect lines and hold positions. Poppers train to quickly tense and relax specific muscle groups to create hitting effects and waves. Multiple professional dancers have described trying to combine these two as like trying to write with your right hand and left hand simultaneously in two different languages with different alphabets, while also solving math problems. It's not just physically difficult, it's neurologically almost impossible because you're asking the brain to activate completely contradictory motor patterns. But if you watch Jimin's performances closely, especially fan cams where you can see details, you'll notice he regularly incorporates turned-out positions from ballet, extended lines, lifted posture, proper ballet port de bras, into hip-hop and contemporary choreographies. And not just incorporating randomly, but he does it in ways that look natural, effortless, and artistically intentional. While other dancers trying similar fusions look stiff, awkward, or forced because they're combining fundamentally incompatible techniques, Jimin makes it look easy. This is what professionals mean when they say Jimin has somehow bridged techniques that theoretically shouldn't work together. He's found ways to satisfy contradictory technical requirements simultaneously. Dance scientists who study biomechanics of movement have said what Jimin does regularly would be considered advanced-level motor control even for Olympic-level athletes. Now, let's get technical for a moment, but I promise I'll make it interesting. In dance biomechanics and motor learning theory, there's a concept called muscle memory and neural pathways. When you train intensively in a specific dance style for years, neural pathways in the brain literally rewire themselves to automate those movements. This is actually a good thing because it means experienced dancers can perform incredibly complex choreographies without consciously thinking about every single move. Your body just knows what to do, but here's the catch that makes Jimin's abilities so extraordinary. These neural pathways become so ingrained, so automatic, that they actually make it harder to execute movements from completely different styles that require different muscle engagement patterns. It's like your brain and body get locked into one mode, and switching modes requires massive conscious effort that disrupts the flow and makes movements look awkward or forced. Scientists who study motor learning say it typically takes years of dedicated cross-training to develop the ability to switch between different motor patterns with any fluency, and even then, most dancers can only switch between styles, not combine them simultaneously. What Jimin has achieved is what some neuroscience researchers interested in elite performance call cross-style neuroplasticity at an exceptional level. This means his brain has developed an extraordinary ability to rapidly switch between completely different motor patterns without losing flow, precision, musicality, or artistic intention. Some sports scientists studying elite athletes have compared this level of motor control to what you see in Olympic-level gymnasts or figure skaters, who also have to seamlessly transition between completely different types of movements, like explosive power moves to graceful artistic elements. But guys, here's what makes it even more impressive. Those Olympic athletes have usually been training since they were small children, often starting as young as 3 or 4 years old, and training intensively for 10 to 15 years before reaching elite level. Jimin? He only trained for less than 1 year as a K-pop trainee before debut. Sure, he had a contemporary dance background, but hip-hop, popping, locking, K-pop choreography style? He learned all of that in a compressed time frame that would be considered impossible for most people. Multiple dance instructors have theorized, and this is fascinating, that perhaps Jimin's strong foundation in one style first, contemporary, before learning others might have actually helped rather than hindered. Rather than learning everything as a complete beginner with no body awareness, Jimin approached hip-hop, popping, locking with an already highly developed sense of body control, spatial awareness, musicality, and movement quality from contemporary training. This allowed him to analyze and understand new styles at a deeper level. Instead of just copying movements superficially, he understood the underlying principles. He could see connections between styles that others might miss. He could identify which technical elements could theoretically be combined even though conventional wisdom says they can't. This deep analytical approach combined with extraordinary physical talent is probably the key to his unique abilities. Let's talk about something else that dance professionals specifically mention: Jimin's use of breath control. In contemporary dance, breath control is fundamental. Breath and movement must be synchronized. Breath literally drives the movement quality. Contemporary dancers learn to use breath to create flow, to mark transitions, to express emotion. Every movement is connected to the breath cycle. Hip-hop choreography traditionally doesn't emphasize breath control the same way. It's more about hitting counts, about power, about swagger. But Jimin applies contemporary breathing techniques to hip-hop movements, creating this unique quality where even powerful, sharp moves have an underlying smoothness and intentionality. Multiple choreographers have said in interviews that working with Jimin opened their eyes to possibilities they never considered because they were trained to think certain techniques belong exclusively to certain genres. There's also Jimin's fearless approach to experimentation. Multiple choreographers have mentioned that Jimin is willing to try combinations that other dancers would immediately reject as too risky, too unconventional, or too weird. When choreographers suggest experimental fusions like, hey, what if we combine this ballet extension with this crumping energy, most professional dancers would think that's crazy and refuse to try. Jimin's response? Let's try it. His openness to experimentation combined with the technical ability to actually execute these experiments is what allows him to push boundaries others don't even attempt to approach. Professional dance instructors also emphasize Jimin's artistic intuition. It's not just about having the physical ability to execute different techniques. Anyone with enough training can learn techniques. What's rare is having the artistic sense to know when and how to combine techniques in ways that make artistic sense. Anyone could randomly throw together movements from different styles, but the result would be chaotic, messy, meaningless. Jimin's genius is his ability to select and combine techniques with purpose. Every fusion serves a narrative or emotional intent. Let me give you a recent example from BTS performances. Permission to Dance. There's a section where Jimin simultaneously expresses joy and freedom from the choreography while incorporating techniques from 4 distinct genres. His arm movements have openness from contemporary, footwork has bounce from hip-hop, body posture has classical lift from ballet, and overall energy has accessibility from commercial dance. Blending 4 distinct vocabularies into something that reads as a single, cohesive movement quality, dance analysts who broke down that performance frame by frame pointed out moments where different body parts literally operate on different dance logics simultaneously, yet the overall effect is harmonious, not disjointed. Industry choreographers who've worked with multiple K-pop groups throughout different generations have mentioned in interviews that what Jimin does regularly would be considered advanced level even for professional contemporary dance companies or elite hip-hop crews. Professional companies might have dancers specialized in contemporary who incorporate some hip-hop flavoring, or hip-hop crews might add contemporary elements. But the level of true integration that Jimin achieves? That's rare even in the professional dance world outside K-pop. And guys, important point to understand, this isn't about Jimin showing off or doing random difficult things to impress. Everything he does serves the performance and the music. The reason these impossible combinations work is because Jimin has a profound understanding of musicality. He knows intuitively which techniques best express specific musical moments. His complex combinations aren't random, they're thoughtful artistic responses to complex musical arrangements. Think about it, modern K-pop music itself blends genres, traditional Korean instruments with electronic EDM beats, Korean lyrics with English, orchestral sections with trap drops, soft verses with explosive choruses. Jimin's multi-genre dance approach is actually the perfect artistic response to multi-genre music. He's matching musical complexity with movement complexity in ways that enhance rather than distract. Here's something that will blow your mind. Professional dance educators have started using Jimin's performances as teaching examples in advanced dance courses. Not just in Korea, but internationally. Universities with serious dance programs analyzing how to develop versatile 21st century dancers now reference Jimin's approach. The conversation in professional dance education is shifting from dancers should specialize in a single genre for mastery toward how can we develop dancers who have both depth in multiple genres and the ability to integrate them creatively. Jimin is literally influencing how the next generation of professional dancers will be trained worldwide. That's impact beyond K-pop, beyond entertainment. That's impact on dance as an art form. When your technique becomes a case study in university dance programs, that's when you know you've achieved something truly historical. Multiple junior K-pop idols have mentioned in interviews that watching Jimin made them realize they need to expand their dance vocabulary. Rookie groups now actively seek training in multiple genres because Jimin proved it's possible and valuable. The standard for what's considered excellent K-pop dancing has shifted because of what Jimin demonstrated is achievable. So guys, now you understand why professional dance instructors say Jimin combines impossible techniques. This isn't fan hype. This isn't exaggeration. This is genuine recognition from professionals who understand precisely how difficult this is. Jimin has achieved something that defies conventional dance training wisdom. He proves that with the right combination of natural talent, diverse training background, extraordinary work ethic, artistic intuition, fearless experimentation, and maybe a bit of genius, boundaries that seemed impossible to cross actually can be transcended. What Jimin does regularly would be considered a career-defining achievement for most professional dancers. But for Jimin, it's just normal. It's just what he brings to every performance, every comeback, every stage. And the crazy thing? He's still improving, still experimenting, still pushing boundaries even further. With BTS comeback coming in 2026, after all members completed military service and had time to train individually, we can only imagine what Jimin will show us next. If he was doing impossible things before, what will he do now with even more experience, more maturity, more artistic vision? Alright guys, that's the complete deep dive into Jimin's impossible technique combinations. If this video amazed you, if you learned something new, if you appreciate technical excellence, please smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next videos. Drop in the comments which Jimin performance showcases these impossible combinations the best in your opinion. Are there specific moments that blew your mind? Share with fellow dancers and armies who appreciate technical mastery. And if you want more technical analysis videos like this, more deep dives into what makes BTS performances so special, let us know in the comments. We love creating educational content that helps you appreciate artistry at a deeper level. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and remember, impossible is just a word until someone like Jimin proves it wrong. See you in the next video. Peace out.